At Fox Lane High School, throughout its hallways and classrooms, there are substitute teachers whom cover for our absent teachers and are to sustain a routine day of classes, all the while maintaining student discipline.
Hey, I'm Danny and Abby. What's going on? Student at Fox Lane High School. Boys, what do you guys think about substitute teachers at Fox Lane?
Well, I think it's a relief to have a substitute teacher when you have a hard week of tests and preparing for tests and stuff, and those. It's a relief when you have a substitute teacher because it lightens up the mood of the day.
Dr. S is the greatest sub.
And you probably skip that period when you have a sub because subs don't really take good attendance.
How do you guys feel when there's a substitute teacher in?
I love it.
I love Mr. Ulrich!
I like Dr. S.
Dr. S, yeah.
He gives a good report even if you're the
Fresh Nike shoes every day. That's what's up.
The subs that don't really give you any work and just let you hang out in class or leave early, those are definitely the most influential subs here at Fox Lane.
They teach us the American way, which is lacking now.
Exactly. That's why Asian schools are doing much better than we are.
One time I had a sub, and I went to the class, and we didn't do anything, and that's what happens every time with the subs.
Alright,
I just love substitutes.
Yeah. One time I had a sub.
I'm Danny and Abby. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook. You guys have a nice day.
Our interest in substitute teachers led us to the main office to track down some of our most prominent substitutes and interview them. We start with Mr. Ulrich.
Well, Mr. Ulrich, he's a very fine guy, you know. I like him personally myself. Also very smart, you know. Very intelligent, you know. The question is, like, why is he a substitute, you know? A guy of his caliber, with such great knowledge, you know, should really be a professor, you know? He's a really nice guy, too, you know?
What's it like being a substitute?
What's it like being a substitute? I really enjoy being a substitute. I love it. I actually I enjoy it.
What colleges have you attended?
I did my undergraduate work at SUNY Oneonta, actually a teaching college. I went to NYU. I took some courses at Fordham and a few teaching assignments at Columbia too. So, yeah, I think that's. Oh, and SUNY at Albany too. I went there. I did some of my grad work there. It's confusing.
What countries have you been to?
What countries? I've been through Europe. So I've been to England, Italy, Germany, Switzerland, France. Let's see, where else? I'd have to really think about it. I can't remember where else.
What did you do before becoming a substitute teacher?
I worked in a business, a family business. Boring, not like teaching.
What kind of business?
It was a retail business. We owned a whole bunch of retail stores. And so, you know, huge things like on a mini level of Kohl's or something like that. So it was...
Like cow doors?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, actually, yeah, on a small scale. I didn't really enjoy it. It wasn't what I was trained to do. I was trained I went to a teaching college, so I was trained as a teacher.
Can you verify that you won the lottery?
No, I did not win the lottery. Okay, glad I can explain that. I did not win the lottery. No lottery. No more questions about lottery. Especially since I did not win the lottery.
That was the next 20 questions.
All about the lottery. Okay, and on every single question about the lottery, I did not win the lottery.
Is it hard being a substitute?
There are times where it's trying. There might be one or two students who can give me some problems, but overall, I think it's been really good. Okay, I think most students really want to listen to what I have to say. Most of the times.
How do you deal with the misbehaving students?
That's a really good question. One of which I still, after years, still have not answered. I try to tell them to be quiet and behave. Apparently, sometimes it does not work. I just have to keep telling them to behave and do their work, but I don't think I really have an answer to that. I mean, I try all the time, to answer that exact question and become more of a disciplinarian, but it's really not in my character to be that. So I would say that I just hope that eventually they'll respect my decisions.
What made you decide to be a substitute teacher?
After I retired, I did some traveling, okay, and I actually got bored with traveling. I know that's going to sound really terrible. How do you get bored with traveling? But I did, and when I came back, I decided, wow, what a good idea. Why don't I actually do something I really love? But I didn't want to full-time teach, so substitute teaching was the next best thing to that. And so that's when I decided to follow Fox Lane and interview for the position. And I got it.
Okay, I think we're done.
That's it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And one more time, I did not win the lottery. Okay.
Mr. Ulrich is a well-known substitute in our school with great, well-rounded knowledge. And as always, we look forward to seeing him around school. So Kenny, what do you think of Mr. Aaron?
I think Mr. Aaron is a great person. He's a great teacher, and he helped me out a lot with homework. And he's a very respectable man. He's quite the person, quite the character. He should be on TNT.
What was your childhood?
My childhood? Well, it was poor but happy. I grew up in Brooklyn and Bedford-Stuyvesant.
Bed-Stuy.
It's a very homogeneous neighborhood, very mixed, and everybody was basically poor to middle class, and we didn't know the difference.
What education do you have? What colleges do you go to?
Well, I went through high school, and then I went to the service, and then I took some evening courses at CCNY. I didn't graduate. I had a couple of years there, and then I took courses at individual trade organizations for layout and design. I was in the advertising business most of my life. So I had courses in layout design, typography, writing.
And what companies do you advertise for?
Oh, there's a whole variety.
What was the top one, your best, your favorite?
Well, I handled the Associated Press. I handled Valentine Scotch, Lexus Lachine Wines, McGraw Hill Publishing, Radio Publishing, and some fashion accounts, men's fashions. There was Shop Brothers, made leather jackets. There was J-Mar Slacks out of Michigan City, Indiana, and so many I can hardly remember. And then we did a lot for Weight Watchers, which was not the parent company, but a group of the franchise holders that combined, and we handled their budgets.
What is it like to be a substitute teacher?
Well, I personally, I love it. I like the variety, the change. I enjoy working with young people, and I work, the whole Bedford Central School District, the elementary schools from kindergarten, middle school, high schools, and every day is different, and I get a lot of
Do students give you a hard time?
Well, not really. I mean, all substitutes will tell you that they push the envelope, obviously. But I think if you maintain a sense of humor and you're patient and you make yourself clear, it's taken well. I've had success over the years. I've met a lot of the students after they graduate from the different schools. They remember me, and I just demand that they be respectful, and most of them could respond to that. I never talk down to a student. I just treat them all as adults, and I don't get into any confrontations or any consequence that I can think of.
What do you do with the students that you that are misbehaved?
One of the things I try not to do is to make an example of them. I will wait patiently, or I will ask them to talk to me, and I'll generally say something like, have I ever done anything to you? And more often than not, they'll say no. And I'll say, well, why do you think you can disrespect me? There's only three things I ask of a student, really, is that they respect themselves, respect their classmates, and really, most of all, respect me. And most of them will respond to that. I've had, as I say, over the years, very little problems and a lot of good response from students. And it's interesting. Every day is almost an adventure and different. But I've had a lot of respect from teachers and the students that I work with. And I think the school system is really quite good.
Is there anything hard about being a substitute?
Yeah, getting a call at 5:30 in the morning and getting yourself ready to come in. I've sort of become like a pregnant woman. I keep a little bag with some of the basics in it, and all I do is sometimes just throw together a sandwich or something and get ready. But outside of that, it's not too demanding or difficult. You know, every day is different. But as I say, mostly I enjoy it, and I get a feeling most of the students I work with at all the different levels, you know, respond to me. I try not to just be a babysitter, you know, which is absurd. I've raised children, I have grandchildren, and you know, there's not much that gets me uptight.
If there was anything else that you could be, like, occupation-wise besides the substitute, what would that be?
Well, I used to love advertising, and but it's changed a lot. And you know, I miss it the way it used to be. But let's see, what else would I like to be? Maybe something in showbiz. I think maybe I'd like to direct. And you know, and I always enjoyed you know, theatrical things. And I'm past the stage of being able to play ball too much.